what you call ground and all on top, it will get roasted, it will get destroyed. Similarly, if because this is alive, knowledge is not a dead material, it is alive, and it should go into the right heart, which is open, not the physical heart open and all, but the heart which is open to receive this can then, it's like the giving birth, the child. So when that seed is received properly by the women, then the child grows slowly and is born. Similarly, this is the seed which Bhagavan has revealed to us. Bhagavan says, I have given it to you, but now don't keep on giving it to those who are not ready, not fit, because it will be an disregard for this seed, disregard for this knowledge. But give it to those who are fit, and they will benefit from it. So that is what is said now. He says, Idante na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vacham na cha mam yobhyasuyati idante na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushrushave vacham. Idante na atapaskaya vachyam. Idam na vachyam. This should not be spoken. This should not be given. This should not be taught to one who is atapaskaya, who doesn't have any austerity, doesn't have any focus, doesn't have any concentration. One who has not conserved his physical, emotional, intellectual energy towards one particular direction, one who doesn't have this capacity of austerity in him or her, this knowledge will not go. So that person should first develop this quality, and then this knowledge can go into that fellow. Otherwise, it will not happen. So that tapas is concentration of our whole personality. Tapas is not just physical torture, but the whole personality is focused, integrated personality, focused towards one goal properly. That is tapas. Then na abhaktaya. Bhagavan says that those who don't have bhakti, those who don't have love for me, for the scriptures, for God, then for such people also you should not give. Bhakti is also a very important factor. Those who don't have love in their heart, they will not comprehend the teaching. So don't give it to them. Kadachana, at no time you should give it to them. See, our Pujya Gurudev is to talk on this Bhagavad Gita every day. Every evening he is to have this Gita Jnana Yajna in some place or other. Every 7 days at one place, then again next 7 days somewhere else. Like that, he moved all over the country, all over the world. And thousands of people used to come and listen to him. Now he will not go and check each person's whether he is a tapasvi or whether he has got bhakti and all. Gurudev used to say, if they don't have this, then anyway they will not get it. It's like the vessel which is kept ulta and it rains. Afterwards you go and check कितना पानी भर गया उसमें, एक बूंद भी पानी नहीं होगा. He says those who are fit, those who are adhikari, they will get it, and those who are not, anyway they will not get it. This is meant not to prevent this knowledge from being shared with the world, but it is to make us only fit and also to guide us that who will be able to comprehend this. If we don't comprehend it ourselves, we should check whether I have enough tapas in me, whether I have bhakti, then I will be able to grasp it. So, na abhaktaya kadachana, na cha ashrushave. Ashrushu means those who are not interested to listen. That is one meaning. And another meaning is those who don't have the seva bhav in them. Shushrusha is also Sheva. And Ashushrushaveh, one who is not interested to hear. Listening capacity is not there. See, listening is not a very easy thing. All of you come here and listen. This is a very great thing actually. आप लोग यहाँ के, otherwise we don't listen to anybody. Nowadays people complain. कोई सुनता नहीं मेरी बात. We also here, I sit and talk, therefore you listen. When I sit among crowd and all, nobody allows me to speak. They keep on talking. So I also don't then bother to speak. But here now you don't have option. And we make the sound also so loud that you don't have any choice but to listen. But that also is very rare. Nobody listens to anybody. Why? Because of our ego, because of our pride, because of our own vanity and attachment, fear, lack of faith, so many factors, we don't listen. So Bhagavan says, those who don't listen, उनको सुना के क्या करना है? Don't keep on going after them and talking to them. They are not ready, they are not fit. When they become fit, then they will listen to you. So do something else to make them ready to listen. Then you can give this Bhagavad Gita. So nacha ashrushave vachyam and nacha mam yo abhya suyati, and also don't teach this to those who criticize me, those who find faults with me, those who say, oh Krishna ko hum jante hai kaise hai. नहीं, those who find fault with me and my teaching, उनको तो आप सुनाना नहीं. Don't try to argue with them and try to justify and try to, it is not worth it. Because a person who is convinced that Shastras all wrong hai, Krishna bhi wrong hai, so however much you try to justify, they will not understand. So just wait for them to evolve, and when they are ready, then you can convey this. Even to Arjuna, Bhagavan did not teach Bhagavad Gita before, because he was not ready. In the battlefield, he became ready, and Bhagavan took this opportunity to teach. It doesn't matter. Sometimes a person might become ready in the battlefield. Doesn't matter. Teach him. Arjuna was there with Krishna so many times, at so many places, but he never taught Bhagavad Gita because he was not ready. He was busy with his own world. He was not ready to listen. But here he was available. So it should be taught to those who are available, those who have love for God, those who do not criticize him, those who have the ability to listen, and those who are focused, integrated personality. To them you can teach. If they don't have, then don't teach to others. So this is a very important point. Further, Bhagavan says, Yaimam paramam guhyam madbhakteshva vidhasyati bhaktim mai parang kritva mame vaishyatya samshayah yaimam paramam guhyam madbhakteshva vidhasyati. Now Bhagavan tells about those who will teach this to others. Bhagavan says that if those who will teach my knowledge, this great teaching to others, ya imam paramam guhyam, this supremely secret samvad, this dialogue between me and Arjuna, those who will mad bhakteshu, those who will teach this to my devotees. See, among all the qualities, Bhagavan singles this devotion. He says if they have devotion, then the other qualities will also come. When there is love, then other qualities also will follow. But when there is no love, then other qualities will not come. As our Gurudev used to say, what he used to say, that where there is no love, then the defects become thick. And when there is love, the defects become thin. When we don't have love, then we only see defects. But where there is love, then we don't see defects. We see the positive thing. Our vision changes. So it is, if you want to see God, it is not that God is invisible, but there is defect in my eyes. I have some problem with my eyes. So when I have love in my eyes, then I will see God everywhere. If you ask Tulsidas ji, he says, I can see God everywhere. Siya Rama mai sab jag jani. I see Bhagwan everywhere. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Hari vyapak sarvatra samana. Hari vyapak sarvatra samana. हाँ, प्रेम ते प्रगट होई मैं जाना. सो प्रेम से प्रगट होते हैं भगवान, नहीं तो अब प्रगट रहते हैं. सो य इमं परमं गुह्यं भक्तेषु मद भक्तेषु अभिधास्यति. One who teaches, like I have taught Arjuna, Bhagavan says one who teaches with pain, with effort, with proper what you call explanation. One who teaches my devotees this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says that person has worshipped me. That person has love for me. That itself I consider as bhakti. Bhakti is not just coming and pouring all sorts of dravya on Bhagavan's murti, but to listen to what he has said and contemplate and teach it to others. This is of knowledge. It's not just by doing some sort of ritual, it will not help us. We have been doing rituals for a long time. That one has to learn. Bhaktim mai param krutva. They have done supreme bhakti of me. People prefer to go to temple and look at Bhagavan with their eyes. But with their eyes they can see only murti. They can see only image, which is not God. They can see image. If you want to know God, you have to listen to what he is saying. He says, I pervade everywhere. Maya tatamidam sarvam. And we go at one place and look at him. He says, I remain in your heart. And we look at him outside. कहाँ जा रहा हूँ? भगवान को मिलने जा रहा हूँ. कहाँ? वृंदावन में जा रहा हूँ. भगवान says, I am in your heart. आपके heart में जाके देखा है क्या? नहीं, उसमें बहुत खून है. अरे बाबा, not that heart. Spiritual heart. There you should go and see God. So, bhakti mai param krutva. They have worshipped me. They have loved me supremely. Those who share this knowledge with the world. And that is what our Pujya Gurudev did throughout his life, sharing this great knowledge with the world till the end, till the last minute. That was his as the worship of that Supreme, telling about the beauty of Bhagwan's teaching to the whole world. And that's what we should do. If we cannot teach, we can share, even to give the books, or to what you call nowadays the CDs and all are there, but to give away these books and make people understand and make facilities for people to understand this knowledge. Bhagavan says, this is a great bhakti of me. Somebody asked a great Mahatma, he went to America to give a talk on Bhagavad Gita, and then one person asked him that you say that in your country it is such a great knowledge is there in Upanishads and Vedas and Gita and all, and how come that your country is so poor and so much corruption and all? And how come that some other countries are rich and they are progressing? The Mahatma spontaneously said, because those countries follow the teaching of Krishna. Unfortunately, our own country is not following the teaching. Just being that book being here is not that it will make us spiritual. By keeping a big library with all the books, all great books you keep in your library, it will not make you spiritual. It will make us spiritual when we study, imbibe it, and practice it. Wherever there is prosperity, wherever there is peace, wherever there is goodness, they are practicing Bhagavad Gita, knowingly, unknowingly. That is a fact. Whether they know it or not, they are practicing the teachings of this Gita only. So Bhagavan says, this is my greatest devotion if you can share this knowledge with the world around you, with my devotees. And just take it for granted that fellow is a devotee. If he is ready to listen, then you just share it with that person. Don't be very harsh in your judgment. Give it a benefit of doubt and teach that person. Share this knowledge with everyone. So when we share, not only that the other person benefits, but the one who teaches also benefits. Like I am here talking on this Bhagavad Gita, you will benefit, no doubt about it, but I will benefit more because it gives me an opportunity to contemplate on it. I cannot speak on this without contemplating on it, without understanding it deeply. Otherwise, it will be just on the surface only. So it helps me to contemplate. So bhakti mai param kritva mame vaishyati asamshayah. Bhagavan says that such a person, mam eva eshyati, he will come to me alone. He will become one with me, one who speaks on my this slowly and steadily. He identifies, because when one speaks on Bhagavad Gita, one then slowly identifies with Krishna only. And once who identify with Krishna becomes one with Krishna. Because to speak on Gita, you have to understand the standpoint of Krishna also. Arjuna's standpoint we understand, but we have to understand Krishna's standpoint. And the more and more we understand Krishna's standpoint, we become one with him. He says,